Yokozuna, the godlike status which only 74 have achieved over 1500 years. But what if I told you that the very first Yokozuna might not have existed at all? This is the story of Akashi Shiganosuke, the supposed first Yokozuna, and the mysteries surrounding his existence. Akashi was born around 1600 in Utsunomiya, Japan. Akashi was said to be a literal giant, approximately 251 centimeters and weighing a jaw-dropping 225 kilograms. Imagine facing that in the sumo ring. Legends claim he revolutionized sumo in 1624. Before Akashi, tournaments were free, but his star power was so massive, organizers started charging admission. Akashi's fame reached the top when the Tokugawa shogun reportedly crowned him Inoshita Kaizen, a title dripping with spiritual power. But here is where the history gets fuzzy. No paper records of Akashi existed from his era. His story was passed down orally, growing taller with each retelling, just like Akashi himself. One of these stories noted that Akashi wasn't just strong, he was the undisputed king of Osaka and Nagasaki. He was said to be a human wrecking ball, crashing every sumo tournament, turning local legends into afterthoughts. Words of his raw power spread like wildfire. Soon, all of Japan knew his name. Back then, feudal lords flexed their status by collecting sumo champions. Their ultimate flex to set their best wrestlers against rival clans in sumo showdown. But whenever Shiganosuke stepped into the ring, game over. Feudal lord after feudal lord threw their biggest, baddest wrestlers at him, but he walked out of each time undefeated, unbroken. Yet, the question still remains, is Akashi's story history or mythology? The whispers of his prowess echoed through streets, and his name became synonymous with invincibility. Every time he stepped into the ring, eyes filled with reverence and fear followed him. The air cracked with anticipation as challengers lined up, each one believing they could be the one to dethrone the titan. Villagers spoke of his strength over bowls of rice during nighttime gatherings, transforming the tales of his victory into folklore. Yet, as time passed, the line between reality and myth began to blur. Was he truly a man of flesh or bone, or had he become a legend forged by fires of storytelling? His legacy lingered, inviting debates among scholars and dreamers alike. One of the biggest mysteries is the inconsistency in records. Some records claim he was active in the 1620s, while others placed him in the late 1600s. There are even stories suggesting he wrestled well into old age. But if he debuted in 1624 and retired in 1699, that would mean he wrestled for over 75 years. Highly unlikely. And in contrast to this claim, some records claimed he died when he was in his late 40s. Fast forward to 1895, when compiling the official Yokozuna list by the 12th Yokozuna, Jin-Maku, Akashi was crowned number 1 ahead of many wrestlers like Maruyama. But here is the kicker. Tanikaze in the 1700s was the first to receive the actual Yokozuna license and perform the sacred Dohyo Iri ring entering ceremony. but he wasn't placed first. Part the fourth Yokozuna. There is even more mystery because the title of Yokozuna didn't even exist in Akashi's time. Additionally, an earlier Banzuke or Sumo ranking list supposedly proving his existence was later exposed as an invention by the 12th Yokozuna, Jinmaku. Skeptics argue that Akashi is more legend than reality. Historians like Ikeda Masao outright denies his presence in his book The True Tales of the Great Yokozuna in 1971, while others suggest that Akashi may have been a composite of multiple wrestlers. However, in 2012, historian Nakamura Hiroshi claimed he had found evidence, a historical record from Yamagata Prefecture, which states that in 1661, a sumo wrestler named Akashi Shiganosuke performed before the local feudal lords. Could this be the proof we have been looking for? Despite all the debate, a monument of Shiganosuke was erected by no other than Jinmaku himself. Furthermore, a statue of Akashi Shiganosuke was erected in 2007. In 2022, they dropped a brand new statue of Shiganosuke. Now, even travelers get a dose of his 251 centimeter swagger before catching the train. Despite all these many statues, the question still remains unanswered. So, did Akashi Shiganosuke really exist? The evidence is murky and the records are inconsistent. Whether he was a real historical figure or a legend, one thing is clear: his story has shaped sumo's legacy. What do you think? Was Akashi Shiganosuke real or just a myth? Let me know in the comments section. 次は大相撲で日本語を学ぶ。
過去は7対3で正代がリードしています。
過去は7対3。過去 means the past. Wa that is the topic particle. Nana means 7. San means 3. Hai means verses or 2. So, Kako wa 7対3 means in the past the record is 7-3. Thank you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.